are live. Hello, Instagram. How do I do this thing? Ooh, Weathers band joined. Let's see, let's get some more people online. Do I go with a filter today or just plain? Nah, I think we'll keep it real for this one. Hey everyone, it's Sophie from Messed Up Magazine and from Eyes Closed. My @ is Eyes Closed blog. We have got a special guest all the way from freaking California, 9 hours time difference. I'm gonna invite them in. We've got Weathers on today, so let's see. Go live with Weathers. Praying to the Wi-Fi gods.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Cameron. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm good. Yeah. I was a bit worried that, like, time difference wise, it'd be a bit sketchy. So
Oh,
thank you for making the effort to get out of bed
yeah,
early in
yeah.
the morning.
Thanks for having me. Of course. It's not that early.
Do you actually have a routine at this minute? Like, do you aim to like get up in the morning and like
Not
do your
not
thing or
not really. It kind of just changes. I've actually been like super busy, so every day is a little bit different. So,
okay.
yeah. Not
I
really a set
try say it again.
not really a set routine.
Okay. I feel like, yeah, at the beginning of all of this, I was so like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get up at 8 every morning and like do this, and that. But that's just slowly like,
Just going away.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That along
really
with
need to
all of the
like,
self-confidence.
yeah. Um, I had good intentions, but hey. Um, so let's start out by just saying literally like, how are you during all of this?
I'm okay. It's been like there's like good days and there's bad days. Like it's all right. Like some days are really great and you feel super productive and do a lot of really cool things. And then other days you don't do anything or you have kind of a bad day and it just feels awful.
Yeah.
Something about quarantine heightens like every emotion. Like if it's a good day, it's like a really, really good day, and if it's not a good day, it's a really, really bad day. That's how it
Dude, I
feels.
feel you. Yeah. And like I noticed that like everyone's just on edge. Like especially when, when the first restrictions sort of start coming in. Everyone in the grocery
Yeah,
store, like everyone was all, being really mean to each other and
yeah, totally.
yeah, just everyone's just oh, yeah, a little bit
Well,
on edge. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear you're sort of holding up
hanging in
during
there.
this. Yeah,
How are you doing?
dude, I'm good. Um, I'm fortunate enough to. Well, it was kind of weird circumstances. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at right now. I basically, oh, people are singing problems in the comments. Um, I went on holiday and I
Mm,
was gonna go stop by my parents' house in Germany on the way back. And
mm.
that's when like the lockdown happened. So like I've been stuck here,
Oh shoot.
just hanging out with my parents, man, and having like an all right time. I can't complain. We're allowed to like go places and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally, totally.
Thanks for asking. So my first question, which is very like wishful thinking, but like if you'd known on January 1st, 2020, the show that the year like was gonna become, like, would you have done anything differently? Would you have done the like first 3 months of the year, I don't know, doing something else, or how would you have approached it?
Yeah, I mean, I like we had our own headline tour lined up, and if obviously if we would have known this was all going to happen, then we would have probably pushed it. I mean, it is pushed now to February, but we would have done that a long time ago to save a
Yeah.
lot of steak. And I feel bad for the fans that got postponed on them, I think, twice now. But at least it's still happening, which is good. I definitely, one thing I would have done was I would have done a lot of music videos because it's hard to film stuff right now.
Yeah.
Um, I am able to film like certain things and do music video stuff, but having content before the lockdown would have been great because it was hard for a while to kind of get the ball rolling on like, okay, what do we do
Mm.
during the time, you know? So we did some like Instagram live streams and stuff like that. My bass player and I, Brennan, we did a couple Netflix parties, which was really fun. Um,
Oh, I saw. You
yeah, yeah,
watched like Nightmare Before Christmas or something?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Corpse Bride. Yeah.
But yeah, but okay.
Yeah,
Tim
Corpse
Allen
Bride,
sorted. Yeah.
Steelers Day Off, and I think there was one other. I can't remember if we did a third one, but those were really fun. And now we have our first like full band live stream, like not an Instagram live stream. We're doing it through Veeps, and we have like it's the first time that the whole band is getting together during quarantine, and we're putting on like a full on live show. We'll be playing like close to an hour set, and we have like lighting, and we're fully set up just like it's a real show, and we're doing that on Saturday, July
That's
18th.
dope.
So yeah, if you can make it, our link is in our bio and stuff. So that's
Okay.
we're really excited for that because we haven't played together in forever, and
Yeah.
so like we did some rehearsals and we were like, wow, this is fun. But remember when we used to do this like on tour? Like
Back in
so
the day, seems like a different lifetime.
it does a little bit. Yeah,
Mm.
gosh.
Someone says they're sad that they're gonna miss it. Is there a way to like join the live stream after or
Yeah, so the
watch it
cool thing
somewhere?
is, yeah, totally. So if you can't make it, the cool thing is that it will be live for I think it's 2 weeks after, so you can still buy a ticket and watch, so you won't miss it. But once it's gone till February. So
Okay.
um, yeah, so this is kind of like a good time to hop in and get like a good dose of Weathers, I guess, if you feel like you're missing out.
Definitely. Okay, cool. So everyone got that? Yeah, you can still join, buy a ticket, and watch
Mm.
it up to 2 weeks after.
Yes, you can.
So no excuses for those that say they can't make it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Um, so you put out, was it a few weeks ago, you put out Say Levy?
Yeah, like I think it was June 26th. We put out C'est La Vie.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, that's a fun track for sure.
It's very, man, so like whenever I prepare to interview bands, I like to get pumped. Like I listen to the records and stuff. And so right now it's just like it's in there. It's like playing in the background of my mind right now as we're
Oh,
doing
cool.
this interview. So
Cool.
it's really catchy.
Thanks.
And I especially like how the chorus is written and like how I don't I don't know how I don't know what it's called, but like that it's kind of like the like a word like euphoria, for example, that it like flows into. It's hard to explain, but like that it's not like the sentence goes very like linear, like blah 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 blah, but that it kind
Yeah,
of
it goes into the next
it's
one, I guess.
smart.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah.
song's been stuck in my head recently too because I was actually up till like 2:30, 3 a.m. last night, something like that. And I just finished a lyric video for C'est La Vie, so
Mm.
we'll be putting that out probably pretty soon. So that's pretty fun. It's cool. It's a cool video because we haven't been able to film anything yet during this quarantine. We're working on that for sure, and doing it like safe and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But up until the lyric video, we haven't been able to film stuff. But we had a bunch of unreleased footage from like 4 years ago, like when Happy Pills was our main song, and there was just some unreleased footage there. And then there was also a short film that I shot like a couple of years ago that I
Oh,
hadn't,
cool.
and I just pulled footage from that and kind of threw it together and put some lyrics on top of it. And so now we got a C'est La Vie lyric video.
Sweet. So there you go. That's your back catalog of
Exactly. Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. Zesty weather, Zesty weathers memes said they are getting a shallow water tattoo.
Oh,
That's
no
pretty
way.
cool. Yep.
That's awesome. I've seen probably like a couple shallow water tattoos actually. So
Mm.
that seems to be a popular one. That's awesome.
Do you think what if you were like to get a a Weathers tattoo? Like what lyric? What's the most like
Uh,
tattooable lyric?
that's a good question. I don't know. I'd probably just tattoo probably one of my favorite lyrics, which is from Casual Mondays, which is I don't care if they call me brainless, but I'd probably get tattooed. I'm just scared I won't be famous. That line. I really like that line because on the
I
surface it
remember, yeah.
sounds kind of like ah, that sounds kind of shallow. No pun intended to shallow water, but it's actually like a much deeper lyric, which is why I like that one a lot. So I'd probably choose that one, I guess maybe.
I think yeah, sort of preparing for this interview, I was reading an interview. You mentioned that before that like you really liked that
Yeah,
line.
yeah,
Amazing.
dude.
Ba, ba, ba. I did want to ask about Say Levy. What struck me reading the lyrics is that it's really pessimistic. Like it's kind of what I got from it is that like and the whole about like missing the peak or the or you already peaked or whatever, you
Yeah,
know, that like you kind of have regrets about like how things have gone or that you've missed out or can you tell me a little bit about that?
yeah. It's funny actually. So I wrote that song with my guitar player, the other Cameron Olson, and we were in the car together. We were kind of just joking around about like, oh, like remember when like Happy Pills was on the radio and stuff, and that was like, that was I think the second song we ever released, and Weathers was still like a brand new thing, and it kind of that song kind of came out of the gate pretty hot and like got a ton of radio ads and stuff like that, and we were like, wow, like with Weathers we kind of started out pretty solid, you know, and the grind is kind of happening now after Happy Pills, if that
Mm,
makes sense.
mm.
And we were like, dang, did we peak? We kind of joked around about it.
Gotta ask
and
yourself.
so it was just kind of a joke, and we thought that'd make a funny lyric because like the song is kind of about, um, I guess, accepting the things that you can't change and coming to terms with who you are and being okay with that. And like, because we've always had this kind of message of it's okay to not be okay, but it's never okay to not get help. And it's like something that we've been kind of trying to bring to the table of to the conversation of mental health is that of like actually getting help. I think there's many artists over the years that have all addressed mental health and spread awareness, which is great, and we want to continue that trend as well. But one thing we kind of want to bring up that I feel like hasn't totally been covered is actually getting help, and that it's okay to not be okay, but you should want to get better and improve and work on yourself and you know, try to get to a place where you are happy, you know,
Hmm.
uh, happy, whatever that is. Just
Yeah,
get better.
whatever that means.
Yeah, because you don't
Overrated.
want to exactly, yeah, yeah, and you want to always constantly be like working to improve, and, you know. But then there is the flip side of things, and it's like, well, there are things that you just can't change. There are things about you, about life, or whatever it is going on that you can't fix, and that c'est la vie is kind of just like because it translates to such is life or
Yeah.
that's life or it's life or whatever, and like there's some truth to that. It is a little, it can sound a little pessimistic, but there is some truth to it. There are just things you can't change, and you just got to accept it and make the best out of it. And I think that's all part of mental health and self improvement and becoming the best version that you can be, so that you can be safe. You know, I mean, because
Yeah.
mental health can be a very it can be a very dangerous topic. So I want to spread that positivity of wanting to actually get better.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah. Sorry, I kind of just went on
Um,
a rant there for a sec. I'm sorry.
no, no, absolutely. No, I mean, I love that you're a band that kind of champions or yeah, that you're really advocates for an open conversation because um there is the stigma. Like that's just like for me, for example, including myself, I never thought that I'd be one of those people, you know, that would be affected by it, but like I was affected by it firsthand, and it took me
Hmm.
a long time to realize that I was struggling.
Yeah,
So, yeah, and I feel like
totally.
for some time, the especially the conversation around anxiety and depression, it was kind of like glamorized, like it was kind of cool
Exactly.
to have
Yeah,
issues and stuff,
yeah,
but and I always felt like, oh, like I can't really contribute to the conversation because I don't really feel that way. But then like when a time in my life came where I realized, whoa, yeah, like that's I'm part of
yeah.
the I'm part of
You're
this
you're part of the community.
community. Yeah.
It's interesting. The glamorization of mental health is kind of a double edged sword. There's one aspect to it where it's like by glamorizing it, you are in a way making it normal and
Mm,
saying, again, it is okay, and you can still be a cool person and do glamorous things and whatever, and like it doesn't have to be something that holds you back.
yeah.
But then there is also the danger of, well, if it's so cool, then are we not going to try to get help? Are we not going to try to
Mm,
go, if whatever it is, like if you need to get meds or go to a therapist, whatever it is, um, if it's so cool, then what's to stop us from getting better? You know,
yeah.
I think that there's a balance that needs to be that needs to happen, and I don't know if it quite has yet, and that's kind of something that I feel like that's kind of what we want to bring to the table is like it is okay to not be okay, but you also want to make sure that for your own mental health to be healthy, you got to take the steps to improve and get better. You know,
Yeah.
and be the best that you can be. Like
Hmm.
again, there are things again you can't change. Like like there's no cure uh for like depression and stuff like that, and you just gotta like make the best of it. But the cool thing is that you totally can.
Yeah.
Everyone can. So
Yeah. And I think sort of full circle moment, and I think music is such a healthy way of dealing with it, whether that is playing music yourself or writing lyrics or going to concerts and getting obsessed with bands. I think
yeah,
I mean, that's the cool thing ultimately.
totally, totally, yeah.
Um, let's talk a little bit. There's one specific lyric that I want to address
Okay.
and feel good. It's the sweater lyric because I read it and I was like, that's so dramatic. I'm crying for help because I lost my sweater. I'm living in hell. What happened with that sweater, man?
I never found it. I think I lost it in San Francisco somewhere. So if there's any San Francisco fans, let me know if you find that sweater. Um, yeah, that was a tough time actually. When Feel Good was written. Well, it was before Feel Good was written. It was, I think, I want to say January of 2019. I want to say we were on tour, opening up for a band, and it. I don't know. Honestly, I still haven't quite figured it out. I don't know what happened. Everything just kind of went dark for a while, and like everything felt super. Um, what's the word? Like emotionless. Like I couldn't like feel anything, and like everything sucked. And I remember being in the back of the tour van, just like breaking down and like hiding because I sit in the always sit in the very back, and I just wanted to like hide and had like a full on like mental breakdown, which I hadn't really had before. Like I said, mental health has been like a huge part of my life, but um, it's always been like not necessarily me. It's been other people in my life. And this was the first time that I started to actually see signs that there might be something going on with me directly. And it's really freaked me out. And all I remember thinking was, I just want to feel better. I just want to get better. I want to figure out what's wrong. Um, and and I want to feel good. So that's kind of where that came from. And the sweater thing was just kind of like everything kind of sucked, and then of course I lose my sweater, and it's like really like what else?
It's like
So
the cherry on top.
yeah, yeah.
Was it your favorite sweater?
It was. I wouldn't say it was necessarily my favorite sweater, but it was just an important sweater, and then I lost it, and I felt
Oh
really.
man.
But
Feel like we
it's
need to
all good.
start like a petition, like a search
Seriously,
troop to like.
I think it was
find
San
it?
Francisco. I'm pretty sure because I remember wearing it to the venue, and then I couldn't. I think I at least I think I was wearing it to the venue, and then next thing I know, we're leaving, and I don't have my sweater, and I'm like, oh, I must have left it at the venue, and I called the venue, and they said they couldn't find it, so I was like, well, all right,
Oh my God.
what can you do?
So sad. I'd be bummed out, man. Like,
I was very
God,
bummed. Yeah.
tour's over. Screw this. I'm out of here. I
Oh.
want my sweater
Yeah.
back. Um, so those two relatively new songs that you brought out this year, um, are they part of a new album or are they kind of you're releasing kind of just single style or how are you gonna play that?
Yeah, so right now we don't have plans to release an album. Um, I think we've been kind of in this period lately. I mean, so putting together an album is like a huge thing. Like there's so much that goes into it, and you want the album to be super cohesive. And I think right now, especially with songs like "C'est La Vie," we've been kind of experimenting with like pushing the boundaries of Weathers as like the topics that we're singing about, the sound of our music. Like we're trying to see how far we can kind of push things. And I think that while we're kind of experimenting, it doesn't totally make sense to put together one cohesive body of work. I think we need to kind of keep pushing the boundaries and see kind of where we land, I guess. I feel like right now
Hmm.
we've been catapulted and we're still in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't really found like familiar ground or something, or
Yeah, totally,
just a
totally.
new
We have
ground.
a
Yeah.
home. Yeah, we have like it feels like we have a home. We know where we're coming from,
Hmm.
uh, but we don't have like the landing pad yet. Probably be
Okay. That's that's such a good like image or like yeah
yeah, just like all four of us being like
symbol.
flung through the air.
Yep. Ew. That's like the motion I
Yeah.
imagine. You're just like help. Okay. I thought that I had remembered you saying in an earlier interview um, that you're saying that like the stuff that because you are working on stuff, no?
Yeah,
Sort
I'm
of,
been so busy working on a lot of new stuff. So
yeah. And I remember you saying that like old Weathers fans are going to be excited about this stuff that will be coming out at some point. Does that mean that you're kind of like back to the roots maybe sonically, or can you
uh,
say
I,
anything?
I I wouldn't say necessarily sonically back to the roots, but we've there's no plans on releasing what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Um, but there is an older song that we used to play on tour back during the Happy Pills days.
Hmm.
Uh, and a lot of fans really liked that song. And we've been sitting on it ever since then. We've never released it. And we've just been sitting. We know it's a good song. And lately we've been kind of like, this might be the time to resurface this song. So we did actually re-record it. I redid all my vocals on it because we had a demo before, and now we actually have an official draft. It just needs to be mixed and mastered. And when the time is right, I think that song is will I would say will probably see the light of day. And so for that reason, I
Okay.
think older fans would be stoked. So
Interesting.
yes,
Ooh. Okay. I see we've got some Hungarian fans in the house on this chat.
what's up?
I'm the kid in the rain.
So,
I
oh yeah.
I know that that's true. I know that Dolly Ollie 2008 is from Hungary. I
Cool.
think. Were they the person? Greetings from Poland. Got
What's up?
lots of Europe in the house.
I know we got to get over there.
More
Jeez. My God.
Poland, yeah.
Yeah,
Just reading comments.
I want to go tour in all those places so
Russia.
bad. I want to go to Germany real bad too.
Yes, I mean we'll be here to welcome you with open arms.
Oh, that'd be
Obviously.
great. I've got family there.
Ooh,
A lot of my family comes from Germany, so I've
really?
never even been. I just want to go so bad.
Wow. Hang on. I can barely keep up. Hang on. More Hungary, Boston, Brazil, UK. Very international fan
I know we've
base.
got so many
Let's
fans from
go,
other
Atlanta.
places. Our fan base is so
Let's
like
go.
spread out, which is actually really cool.
Seems like it, yeah. Where, just out of interest, whereabouts in Germany is your family?
Straight from the heart of Berlin.
My hometown, home
Oh,
city.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah.
My
I yeah.
grandma was born in Berlin in 1941. So that
Bad time.
that is yeah,
Bad time.
she's got some stories for sure.
Oh, I can imagine. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Jesus. Yeah. My sister and
Oh,
I are the only ones that from my family that are actually like Berliners.
okay.
Um, just my parents moved there and like we have no family whatsoever there. Um,
Oh, okay.
but yeah. Anyway, okay, so yes, once all of this nonsense is over, uh, we'll party in Berlin and well, I live in London technically, but
Okay.
we'll figure it out.
We'll just head over when we come over and we'll go party.
Yes, deal.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, I like that. Let me pick a couple more questions that I think people might be interested in. Um, so you're from LA, is that right? Or you just moved
Yeah.
to LA?
Yeah, I
You're
was
properly like,
yeah, I grew up in Hermosa Beach, California. I was born
okay,
in Torrance, and then when I was like a baby, we moved to like the middle of nowhere in Illinois for like 2 years, and then moved
sweet.
back to California. And I pretty much grew up in Hermosa Beach, and
Okay.
now I live in North Hollywood. So
Ooh. So maybe like based on my reaction, I was wondering what is a misconception about the music scene in LA? Because what I have in mind is like,
mhm.
oh my God, Hollywood. Every show you go to, there's like uh, A&R people and like mega producers in the crowd just
Yeah,
snatching you off the stage and offering you like a record deal and
yeah,
that whole
no,
thing. What's not
uh,
at all.
it
What's
is.
your experience?
I would say something about man. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but I think the LA music scene is a bit dated, a little bit. I think there's lots of incredible artists that like live here now but weren't here originally,
Yeah.
and they're bringing a lot of really cool new stuff to the scene, which I really like. But something I've noticed is that people like here that like grew up here, live here, and also just the scene itself. You mean you got like the Sunset Strip with like the whiskey and like the Viper Room and all these places that have been around forever that used to be really cool spots and now are like still cool and like legendary and will always be legendary and known for breaking some incredible bands. But that's like from the 80s and 90s. And
Hmm.
I feel like it's been hard to kind of like break through here, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it goes to show. I mean, look how many fans we have from like all over the world, which is I think that's one thing I love so much about Weathers as our fan base from everywhere. But yeah, I would say the misconception about LA is that you come here and it'll just happen, and it's just not the case at all.
It's yeah, I mean like everyone that sort of wants to make it, in the music or like movie industry. I
Yeah,
just feel like, you have the typical like, oh, like they move there and they have like hopes and dreams and then they like work at a bar for 7 years and then they
I mean,
kind of,
hey,
yeah,
the grind is good. You got to like earn your stripes and stuff. So all that makes
for
sense. Look
sure.
at me,
I
like
agree.
I'm such a hypocrite. Like I literally grew up here and play music, but I'm like, trying to bring something new to the party.
Yeah.
There's like lots of great music and like there's like the gatekeepers kind of a lot of music is here. But a lot of that is still kind of rooted in like the 80s and 90s rock scenes. And it's like, come on, guys, we need to like keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Do you
yeah.
go to a lot of like shows around there?
Okay, fun fact about me, I don't really like shows
You
that
don't
much.
like going to,
I,
yeah, I've heard
no,
that before.
unless it's like a band I really care. Like I went to the Staples Center to see the Killers because they're my favorite band,
Of
for
course.
example. And I saw like 21 Pilots at the Greek. Um, but like because of Weathers, it's like there's been plenty of times we've had to go to a show, um, and went to also support friends and stuff, but it's never fun for me. I don't really like crowds. Like a music festival sounds like hell. Like I'd just rather stay home. I'd love
Yeah.
to play one, but to go to one,
Yeah.
that's a big fat no, man.
Dude,
That's too many people. Too many people. It gets hot, and then also like sometimes the band is like, I don't know. And sometimes you have to like. It's just not. It's not. It's not. It's not always fun.
dude,
Usually.
I can relate. Like for me, this is gonna come off as total like um sellout or whatever that means for like someone like a music journalist. But like if I so I went to a big sort of heavy music festival in the UK called Download Festival. They had like Kiss play there and like freaking like Motorhead. I don't know, you know. So
Man,
huge festival, like very big names, huge stages. But honestly, like if it weren't for like that press tent, like I would not have like people were
yeah,
like falling down in the mud and because in the UK rather than like it being hot, it's just like rainy and muddy
sure.
and terrible and like you actually need like wellies, like you know, like do you call them wellies?
No, I don't know.
Oh, what do you call like the rain boots, like the rubber rain boots?
Uh, rain boots.
So like the yeah, so like the really tall ones. You're like you're from
I think they're just
California. You're like, what is
rain
rain?
boots. Yeah,
Uh, so there you go.
I don't know
Um,
what that is.
but so like literally, you'd get stuck in the mud, uh, and it'd just be terrible. And like if it
Yeah,
weren't for
that
like
sounds awful.
a roof over my head and
Yeah,
like somewhere
no,
to
see, that
sit,
sounds
like
terrible. Like
no
I,
thanks.
yeah, I mean, even I love playing the shows. That
Yeah.
will always be like probably one of the best parts about being in a band. But being on the other end, I mean, even some of the fans know like, I run all the merch. So
Hmm.
after we're done playing a show, I just walk off stage. I'm like hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired, and I go directly out to the merch table to sell to the fans because they're out there usually waiting and they want to say hi and stuff, and I want to say hi to them too. But I don't have anxiety, but I do get like social anxiety in certain situations, and I get social anxiety probably every single show afterwards when I'm selling merch. I've even had one fan tell me that I came across as like a total dick, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I did not mean to. Because I just get so freaked out. Like I just get like I'm handling people's money, trying to get shirts and stuff, and then at the same time I'm trying to like talk to the fans and also trying to
yeah.
be, you know, there's an expectation when I feel like when fans meet you, they expect you to be really cool, whatever it is that they have, this image they have of you in their head, they kind of want you to live up to that. And that, at least that's how I perceive it. I could be totally wrong. And I'm sorry if I am totally wrong, but like, I get terrified that I'm like just totally screwing up everything. Like I'm not giving them the right shirt. I'm not handling the conversation right. And I'm totally going to butcher this, you know? And I'm just like, and then there's like, I see a long line of people and I'm like, part of me is like, that's obviously wonderful, but like I'm socially I'm freaking out. And so that's kind
Yeah.
of how I get to when I'm like in like a concert setting. If it's a band that I don't totally care for,
Hmm.
I'm just like constantly just like thinking about like who's around me, and I'm like, oh, I just want to go home.
Yeah, dude,
So
yeah, I definitely get that. I and like I mean, like as a woman, I'm a lot more aware now of like crowds and stuff because you always get that, you know, that guy that like casually like grabs you by the hip and stuff as, you know,
oh,
they grab guys by the shoulder and girls by the hip and like I'm constantly like, you know,
like a little on
um,
the alert. Yeah, I didn't think
and
about that.
often I give them the benefit of the doubt. Like if I feel like someone touched me somewhere where they're not, you know, the should me touching anyone.
Yeah,
I'm always like, oh, it's probably just because it's crowded and you
yeah,
know, but like I've that's my sort of thing that now I get really uncomfortable when there's like
totally.
a lot of dudes and like you, yeah,
Mm,
and like I'm
sure.
short and So yeah, crowds is
Yeah, I totally
definitely
get it for sure.
a
So
thing. But yeah, also the
bring a
whole like
friend,
having
buddy
to
system. Someone
say it
said I
again.
hate being alone. Zesty Weathers meme said I hate being alone at shows, and I was like,
Oh,
buddy system
I
is, I guess.
I can relate, but also I go to a lot of shows on my own because
Yeah.
no one likes my weird like music taste. So I like started
Well,
going to shows by myself because I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna like miss out just because I'm by myself. I
yeah.
was once
No,
alone and I hate it.
yeah.
Got to boost people's confidence here, but
Totally, totally.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me pick one more. Oh, one sort of fun thing that I got to ask you about. There's an Instagram account. It's called FaceApp Weathers. Have you heard of this account?
FaceApp Weathers. I think so.
FaceApp
Yeah.
Weathers.
Yeah, totally.
So it's basically like like taking pictures of you guys and like running it through like some kind of face app and
Yeah.
stuff. Is
Yeah.
that one of the weirder like fan things that you've seen that
No,
guys have been
not at
doing or
all. That's awesome, actually. Yeah, FaceApp Weathers. Also, Weathers Warped is a good one too. Um,
I've not seen that one. I gotta check it out.
yeah, that's a good one. Well, I love meeting the people behind these, like, because we don't know who these people are. They don't post like themselves.
Yeah.
There's a really funny meme account. Weathers Memes Official is really good too, and also Zesty Weathers Memes, who's on here,
Yeah.
is great too. Oh, Weathers Warp just popped up. What's up, guys? We've met some of these people like at shows, and that's like actually so cool because it's like there's a face behind this, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
it's cool, and they're all like really cool people too. Well, the Weathers Warped one time came to a show and actually helped us sell merch, which was awesome. That was a really cool.
Sweet.
You got to see a little bit behind the curtain. That glamour is not there.
I can imagine. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, gotta reality check
yeah. Seriously,
really quickly.
welcome.
Um, there's so many thoughtful responses on here. Also, people going to shows alone.
Hmm.
I started going to shows alone to kill my social anxiety, and it helped a lot. That's great. It's the only place I can let go and forget about everything else. Dreams
That's
are
awesome.
real.
That's awesome.
That's really cool, huh?
That's kind of what we want people to feel when they come to a weather show, is kind of feel like everything kind of drops around them and it's just in the moment, and
Yeah.
what's happening doesn't have to be real for like an hour. So that's kind of what we want people to experience, that sort of
There's,
thing.
yeah, there's actually, it just reminds me, I just made like a weird, like triangle mental connection. There's a band called Seahaven, or was, I don't think they're active any longer, but they're from Torrance, California,
Oh,
which
yeah.
like they cite in their songs, and they had like, I don't know if the album is called that. Hang on. Let me just quickly
She's
do
doing
a little research. Hang on. They have uh well, yeah, it's the name of a album. Music for escapism only. Music for escapism only. And I have that like poster on my wall still from like
oh, cool.
2014.
Yeah.
I just had to talk about this band from Torrance for a second.
I mean, that's how I love, like, when I go to see a show, like when I went to the Killers concert, the last thing I want to think about, at least this is just me, like totally respect anyone, how everyone feels, but like when I go to a show, I just want to like forget about everything and just
Mm.
enjoy like the feelings that this music gives me. You know, like I remember one of my favorite songs by the Killers is Andy, You're a Star. Oh my gosh. That one and Everything Will Be All Right. Love those. And it was towards the end of their set and they hadn't played Andy, You're a Star. And I was like, okay, well, they're probably not going to play that song towards the end. So they're probably not going to play it at all. And it was like their second to last song. The guitar like just started and I flipped out. I like screamed, which I don't do. And I was so happy. And it was just like, I was so in the moment and that felt so good. And that's, I guess, just how I would want people to feel. But what also is like really cool about shows though is like you're singing these songs to the crowd and they're singing it back to you. And what's cool is every single person in there is singing it back for a different reason.
Hmm.
And I actually heard that somewhere. I forget where. Someone had said something similar to that, and that really stuck with me. And I was like, yeah, that is actually what's really cool about shows is that everyone has a different experience with your music, and it's bigger than just me and how I feel.
Yeah.
Bigger
Yeah.
than the band. It's bigger than the music, and that's something that's really inspired me about being in a band, I guess, and the awesome fans that we have is trying to make Weathers the biggest thing it can be, bigger than the music, bigger than me and the rest of the guys. Trying to make it something just I don't even know like what there I don't know there's not a word for it yet, I guess, that I can think of, but just making it something really big and expanding the universe is something that I've been kind of working on. There's a project that I've been sitting on for about 2 years, and because of the pandemic, it kind of handed me a little bit of an opportunity to say, hey, you have this downtime now. Maybe it's time to tackle this idea you've had for like 2 years. And so I'm trying to actually tackle this project now, and it's totally different. I haven't seen any other artists do this sort of thing, and I'm really excited to start to show it to the fans. And I think everyone's going to be really confused at first, but
I'm
once they
already
get it,
confused. I'm like,
I
what is
know
it?
it's bigger than just the music is all I can say. But the I think once the fans grasp what we're doing, I think they're going to be like, whoa, okay, this is different.
Dude,
Um,
yeah. No,
so I'm
tell me.
excited. Yeah.
You're giving
I
me
can't tell
some.
you. I can't. No, I can't tell
Oh,
you.
oh,
I
yeah, no,
can't
no,
tell
no,
you what it
sorry.
is.
I thought I interrupted you. I thought I
Oh no.
interrupted you. I was gonna say you're giving me some like Tom DeLonge vibes with like,
Oh.
you know how he's got like into the Stars Academy or
Oh.
something?
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
definitely bigger than like music and stuff.
Yeah. Well, this is Weathers related. Um.
Okay.
So it is on brand, but it is very different. And I wish I just want to spill it all right now, but I just can't.
Uh, do it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't
Okay.
have used you.
All right. Okay. Well, that's definitely piqued my interest. I'm gonna keep a very close eye on you guys.
We'll start teasing some stuff pretty soon.
Okay.
Keep
All
an eye.
right. Did everyone catch that? That was very cryptic, but like something big is in the works, and I'm now
Yeah.
like really excited.
Yes.
So
Someone
that's all
said
you can say.
Boyer and Tom Holland are both bad at hiding things. Oh God.
What
Yeah.
about the Spider-Man thing? I've been seeing it everywhere.
Tom Holland is awful about keeping secrets. He just spills stuff in interviews. He'll
Who's
just say
who is
happen.
who's Tom Holland?
Tom
Am I completely
Tom
wait?
Holland is the guy playing Spider-Man right now. He's my
I've
age. He's much
literally
better than I
never
do.
I've never seen this man's face. For
What?
me, Spider-Man is Toby Maguire. No, what's his
Tobey Maguire?
face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will always be my Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah.
But um
So he
well,
just keeps spilling Spider-Man
he spills
things.
secrets all the time. Yeah, I'm not. I can definitely have that problem as well. I'm just so excited. We start working on the project officially come August 6th. That doesn't mean anything for the fans because they can't like watch us working on it. But that's the start date. We start working on the 6th,
Also.
and you'll see some teasers and stuff pretty soon. So I
Okay.
promise it'll be.
Okay. I'm so like I don't even want to like hang up on this conversation now. Just hooked and confused and like what Spider-Man, what Tom Holland. Um uh, yeah, no, I don't. I guess I don't know if this is like me being like old or something. I don't know. I'm not like Gen Z or whatever. This is probably some like generational thing here. Okay, before we wrap up, if uh, if there was no Wi-Fi during this whole COVID period, how would you have dealt with everything Do you have like, what would you have done without internet? Oh, speaking of Wi-Fi,
Yeah, there, right when you
bad
said that.
signal.
Yeah, there it goes. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, without Wi-Fi, I'd be much happier too. I honestly,
Ooh.
no, I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, because then I wouldn't be able to play video games. So,
Ah, that's a big one, probably.
oh man, I'm sorry. I'm being really. My humor is not always on point. Without Wi-Fi, I can definitely live without social media. I can live without that. But I do like being able to like talk to people and stuff. So what would I be doing if there was no Wi-Fi? I don't know. I'd probably just be doing what I normally do. I guess working on new music and working on film projects and working on stuff like that.
That's
So
right. No, okay, of course. Yeah, music and film are like your big sort of,
those are big things. Yeah,
yeah. I
or
thought maybe like
make
some,
the film aspect a little bigger too. So.
yeah. I thought maybe something along the lines of like, oh, you discovered a new interest for gardening or, something like that. Like people have been getting like forcibly like creative with like activities and stuff inside their homes. But yeah,
Um,
of course, if you have those
yeah,
two, then like you're good, pretty much.
yeah. I'll be fine. So.
Amazing. Do you want to once more plug the live stream that's happening and explain
Oh
to
yeah,
people, because I think some
yeah,
people came in later, that it's going to
sure.
be available after and stuff?
Um, so the live stream is on Saturday. We start at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can get tickets at the link in our bio. It's through Veeps. It'll be live. I think for 2 weeks after the live stream. So if you can't make it on Saturday, you'll have 2 weeks to watch it. So there is no excuse. It
Amazing.
is a full band show. It'd be just like you're watching like an actual concert, except just virtually. Um, and yeah, it'll be full out. We'll be playing like almost an hour, I think, and we're playing a brand new unreleased song. Obviously, we'll be playing "C'est la vie," but an unreleased song and also a new cover that we kind of teased a little bit the other day. Um, so it's gonna be a fun time. It's very exciting.
I'm very excited that you guys get to do that, and people seem to be hyped.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't want to say goodbye at this point. However, I just have to say what is going on in the comments because people are like, free Olsen and stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
What?
Sometimes he comments funny things, and I don't know.
But like something like Olsen is being held captive or something. What's happening?
Oh shoot, I don't know.
Free Cam from hashtag. There's a
We
hashtag
can't-
now
yeah.
trending. Okay, free Cam from Cam.
I'm lost. I don't even know.
Maybe after this, you check in on him and see what's going on. Maybe there's like a live stream happening that like live
I'm
stream.
literally gonna see him in like 30 minutes.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
We
Well,
thought you were asking Olson a question. Oh no.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm lost, guys.
It says you. It
What's
says
going
you
on?
have him. It says you kidnapped.
I kidnapped Olson.
What?
We thought you kidnapped him to answer your question.
Um.
We thought
Any
you were asking.
last?
How did I get that question? I don't know. I'm so sorry, guys. Um,
Stop spreading rumors.
no, I am not. I do not have Olson kidnapped.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think that's. I think I have no more questions at this point. So I'm going to let you go.
All
I
right.
hope you have an awesome time doing the live stream and keep safe and say hi to everyone else. And
All right.
I'm gonna put this video on the Messed Up Magazine's IGTV so people can watch it if they want.
Sounds
Okay, I'm gonna end this live stream. How does that
all
work?
right.
Ooh.
I think
Okay,
you're
bye, Cam. Great to talk
Bye.
to you. Bye.